I was really proud of our guys tonight. It was a really good win. Cal Baptist is a good ball club. We played them a couple of years ago in the CBI, and obviously they got a lot of new guys, so do we, but it was a good win. Daniels puts a lot of pressure on your defense every time he's got it in his hands. I believe he came in the game as shooting the second most shots in the country. And so he really is quick. He's small but quick and can finish in the lane. And Coleman has really expanded his game. He was 0 for 2 from 3 tonight, but coming into this season, he was 1 for 8 from 3 in his career. And coming in tonight, he's 15 for 28 from 3. And so came in as a 54% three-point shooter. So they just put so much pressure on your defense. And I thought we were really good in the first half, only gave up 4 offensive rebounds, gave up 9 in the second half, but I thought we were locked in on that end of the floor. The biggest difference for us was ball care. In the first half we had 9 turnovers, second half we had 2. And I thought we had about 3 or 4 really bad shot selection in the first half. Didn't have very many of those in the second, so just didn't have very many really empty offensive possessions due to either shot selection or ball care. And got a good win. I thought Cam was really, really good, and Kamari Lands had a great night using his body and his size and his physicality. And Jalen, yet again, 29 minutes, no turnovers, a plus 15. And got to have that from lead guards. And, again, it was a great win. Questions?
Nick, walk us through, sort of the lineup change, moving Jalen, starting at the 1. Obviously, the minutes with those 3 guards can, vary night to night. But just, why'd you make the shift, and how'd you think it worked out tonight with, with sort of where they were coming?
We made the shift actually about a month ago, but he got hurt in the South Florida game, or else it wouldn't. That shift would have never gone back the other way. He helps drive. Jalen drives our pace early in the game. He puts pressure on the defense. He's able to play with great pace without turning it over. Just what you want in your lead guard, and that's really it. Particularly early in the season, we had talked about it. At one point, his plus-minus through 4 games was first on our team, but he was averaging the 6th most minutes. So I just, you got to get that guy some more minutes. And so what I didn't want to do was still bring him off the bench, but really run up his minutes. In other words, if he's going to go to 25 or 28 minutes and he's not playing the first 3 or 4 of both halves, then he's going to have to play about 27 or 28 minutes of 32 minutes because he doesn't play in the first 4. And that's a hard ask. So I knew we wanted his minutes up. In order to not wear him out and never come out after he starts going in the game, he had to start.
Joe, and I think last year at UPUI, you had some turnover troubles, sort of as a guard. How have you been able to cut that down with this team and been able to play pretty clean basketball since you've come here to Murfreesboro?
I got to give credit to my teammates and my coaches. Spacing here is, way different. I got shooters around me. Play with unbelievable pace, as Coach was saying. But the ball is in my hands a lot, but I don't have to do too much, and that's one of the biggest things they told me when they recruited me. But my teammates make it easy on me. They knock down shots. We run great offense. We run it with great pace, and it's just it's just easy out there where you can play hard and then play with just a lot of unselfish guys.
When a guy like Cam gets as hot as he does in the second half, as a teammate, what do you have to do to keep that going for him?
Give him the ball. I told him at the end, I said, you need about 3 more points to get you that 30-piece. So I'm glad he did. Man, I love being around that guy. Yeah, he got it, but hey.
Hey, and all jokes aside, you can see the kind of life he brings to the room all the time. And you have to have that guy on your team, and you have to have him on the floor. I mean, our guys like playing with him, and this is every day at practice. It's every game. It's in the locker room. Yes, sir. I mean, if you're Cam, how could there's some guys that feel salty about a guy at your position that has a night like that, and he's the opposite. Losing teams have those kind of guys, and winning teams have guys like him. And so he's great. He's fun to be around.
To bring back the turnover discussion, something that this team, you find new ways to win in different type of scenarios, but one thing that's been steady for you guys, maybe outside the Belmont first half, is a turnover margin. Tonight you're at 11. You're single digits second half at Belmont, single digits at UAB. That's something that's always been a mark against your teams in the past, but with all these rotating guards, that's something that I think you should be taking pride in. What are you seeing from these guys that is like developing with the low turnover numbers?
Biggest thing is having healthy guards, having enough guys that can go in the game, and that is what they can do, what they're good at. Last year, he's a good guard. He's wired to score it. And so last year, once Cam went down, we didn't have any point guards on the roster. And now we've got two. And there are times they're both out there. I mean, you saw tonight down the stretch, you've got 2 point guards in JP and Kamari. And Kamari's he can really handle the ball for a guy that size. He's not a 4-5. He's more like a 3. And so when you've got multiple ball handlers out there, your turnover's just going to go down.
And talk about Kamari too. The plus minus tonight was 21, and he got 3 for 10. Again, a guy that you want him to score, but he's so valuable on both sides for you tonight.
Yeah, first of all, he got 5 rebounds, which was big, and he got to the free throw line. He just looked like a big physical wing, and just something he hadn't been doing. Just had to focus on it. Over the last 6 games, he had taken 2 free throws. Over the last 4 games, he had 5 rebounds. He eclipsed both of those tonight alone. And when you've got a bigger guy like that he's that skilled, can make free throws, can rebound it, and put him around guys like this, then your offense is gonna look good.
Led the team in assists too.
I see that with 3 and 0. Again, when you've got these 3 and those 2 and Kamari combined for one turnover, and it helps to shoot the ball at the end of the possession. And if you could do that, then you give yourself a chance to win.
Cam, you break a career high tonight, 30 points. At what point did you kind of know that it was your night?
Once my teammates told me to go ahead and get 30. Shout out J-Rod, JP, Kamari, even Tori. They told me, just go ahead and get it, bro. You get open, I'm going to try to get it to you. So I always shout out to them. I just put my best foot forward and just, try to do what I could do, help my team win.
Okay, then 52-52. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And then you shoot a 3 from
Right side of the wing.
what? I'm not loud enough? I think I'm loud enough. Tell me what your thoughts were when you had the ball in your hands at that point.
Cam was on the left side. They went to his zone. I believe that's the one exactly you're talking about on the right side of the wing. He passed to me first, and I gave it up. Once I knew I gave it up, once he passed to me, I knew it was going up, regardless of the situation. But recently, I've been in the gym a lot more. I know that over the years, my three-point percentage hasn't been where it needs to be. In order for me to play for a long time professionally, I need to get that up. So, confidence and just being in the gym is probably the biggest thing.
Nick, tell me about both of these guys when you make the lineup change. How do you inform them, and what do they say to you?
Not a lot. Because, at the end of the day, you look at the minutes, and, he's at 29 and he's at 30. And it just gives you a chance to always have at least one of them out there, and at times both. You want to be able to finish tight games with guys that can handle it, guys that can make free throws, guys that are big enough to rebound the ball. And although neither are 6'7", they're good rebounders at their position. And, I think it just it's worked. It's worked. Whether he's comfortable, and clearly they were both pretty comfortable tonight. I just think when you can have a 4-5 guard rotation of guys, you think about those 2 guys, and eventually AO and TG, what Trey Green's doing right now is really helping our group. They just look in a rhythm. I just thought Cam was aggressive. And when he plays with that kind of aggression and with a downhill approach, obviously he made some threes. The one in front of our bench was a big one. But before that, he was just putting so much pressure on the rim, running up their foul count, getting us in the bonus, getting the and ones. And we talked to our guys about getting to the free throw line and getting to the basket to kill runs. They were on a little bit of a run. He got to the basket 2 times in a row. He made back-to-back threes that stretched it out to 8. But it was kind of those other paint-getting plays that these two guys are really good at.
Kim, when you and I talked in November, you told me you're about 87%. I know you don't remember that, which is funny. But what are you now? You up to 88 yet? Or
I feel like I'm up to 110, man, especially after tonight. But nah, seriously though, I've been working on my knee a lot. Even like after the 12-month process, the whole year process. So I still continue to work on it as well. But I always feel great though, man. I always feel great.
you're pain-free?
Pain-free.
Was there a
Pain-free.
difference
Yeah,
tonight?
I mean, you're still gonna have a couple, aches and bruises and everything, like little nicks. But overall, I do feel great though.
So what's the difference tonight?
What's the difference
what
tonight?
changed for you tonight? Yeah.
I want to know this too.
I want to say the little. I told Chip on the radio. I want to say the little fruit cup peaches that I had at halftime. he, I ain't gonna lie, he did ask me what it was at halftime. I told him I ate those, so I guess that boosted me a little bit. but-
Pre-game? Yes.
Nah, at halftime.
At halftime, you had the
Halftime,
peaches,
yes sir.
peaches, yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple of those.
Never a dull moment.
Do you remember the play where you got hurt? Could you describe it to me?
My last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember exactly. I started off on the right wing. I want to say I drove middle, and I tried to come to a 2 feet stop, but instead of coming to a 2 feet stop, my left leg just went like inward at the time. I don't know if I tried to like pump fake or just hit a quick turn, but I felt like my knee just totally go down, and I heard a snap. It felt like it dislocated and everything, and once I heard it, I automatically knew it. The only reason I automatically knew it is because Jalen Jordan, you guys know Jalen Jordan, he tore his twice, so I kind of saw like his reaction to it, and that was the same reaction I had. And once I heard it, I kind of already knew it. So once Reese came over to talk to me, I told him like beforehand, like even before he even touched me and asked me how I was doing, I was like, yeah, I tore it. I didn't know I tore that much, but I did tear it though.
So it's not like the 2 threes you made actually was tied, and then it went up to 6 on your 2 threes.
Yes, sir.
And you're stationary when you shoot those. They're not really jumpers. Am I? Do you think? So
Yeah,
is that
that-
normal or is that?
Yeah, that kind of always been my shot. See, even since I was young, it kind of always been my shot.
Set shot,
Yeah, a lot of people always told me like, just jump on your shots, but that just felt the most comfortable to me. But I need to start jumping on my shots.
In retrospect, now that you've had this performance, do you feel like this is a monkey off your back in some regard?
In some instances, yes, I would say so. I just feel like, today prepped me for the days to come. As for me and my teammates as well, like I said, I always shout out to them. So I feel like me performing like this and also getting my teammates involved when I have to, we can become a championship team. I can see that, I saw it from July, June. I feel like we actually can be that. So, yeah, I do. Some instances for sure.
Nick, you have 3 really good dynamic guards. What's it like on a game-by-game basis deciding when you play who, or when you're playing 2 at a time, when you're playing 3 at a time? It almost feels like you have the talent now, so the pressure's on you.
Yeah, just going off of feel. Sometimes it's foul trouble. Sometimes it's guys just tired, matchup. But with these two, JP, the way Trey plays, bigger than his size suggests, it just allows us to play a 3-guard lineup and not be at a big disadvantage on the other end of the floor. That's what you worry about. I mean, play small guys, your offense may look great. You suffer on the other end of the floor with defending and rebounding. If you don't suffer defending and rebounding, then you can play the smaller, quick guys that are skilled and make free throws and threes and all that. Then you can afford to play a 3-guard lineup. If they're real dogs, then you can play a 4-guard lineup if your big is a heavy volume rebounder. And it's possible, but I just think we're starting to get, like Cam said, he's starting to get healthy, like really healthy. Rock missed some games. AO had off-season surgery. Trey Green's just kind of starting to come into his own, so we really haven't had all those guys available until recently, and now, hopefully we can catch a stride.
2-0 in CUSA WAC Challenge for you guys this year.
Yep.
Conference USA in general has done very well.
Yep.
Sort of in this challenge this year. How much do you sort of watch, what the conference is doing in
For
this
sure.
challenge, and sort of the barometer the league set so far this season?
Well, I think one thing is that coming into tonight, we, according to Ken Palm, we were the 9th best league in the country, sandwiched in between the A-10 and the American. And so games like this matter for us, but they matter for everybody. I don't know what the other teams did, but we coming in tonight we were 9-5, so our win I know at least puts our league at 10-5, and that way when you start playing each other in league play, you don't have teams that are dragging others towards the bottom. Right now, you look around at what we're doing, but also what the other teams are doing. It's going to be hard. Winning the league is going to be hard. So yeah, we definitely pay attention.
Do you like the series?
I know. It was good for us. The reason we did it's because you can play 31 games, and we were playing an 18-game league schedule, playing the other 9 teams twice. So you're trying to schedule 13 other games where some of the P4s don't want to play you, all right? And then the other games, you'd have to buy them. And so it's a way to get 2 more games that neither us or the teams in the WAC are having to buy home games. And so that was the reason we did it. Next year, we're adding Missouri State and Delaware. And so we'll be at a 20-game league schedule next year. And so most likely it'll be the end of the series. Because once you think about a 20-game league schedule, if we get bought once, play Murray, play Belmont, play an MTE that involves 3 games, all of a sudden you're running your schedule up to 27 or 28 games and you have no flexibility. So if you threw in a WAC challenge, you're almost at 30, and you really haven't looked to see who do we want to play this year.
Yes. Can I look ahead?
Sure.
Lipscomb Thursday night.
Yep.
What do you know about?
They've got they're very well coached. They're really good on the offensive end of the floor. I think it'll be our 6th game in a row where we've played a top 100 offense. You think about Will Pruitt and Jacob Ognasevich, similar to the 2 young men tonight, and Coleman and Daniels, where their 2 best players is their 1 and really their 4. At times, the big fella for them will play the 5, similar to Coleman, can really shoot it. They test you on your defensive end when they're on offense. So it's another good team, another team that's predicted to win their league. We've played Ohio. They're supposed to win their league. Bradley's supposed to win their league. Lipscomb's supposed to win their league. We're playing good teams and playing well.
So you've watched them. That's why what you just recited to me.
I watched them a little.
That's why you know all that.
Yeah, I watched them a little bit against Belmont. Obviously, we already played Belmont, and then also watched their game against Western Kentucky. Obviously, playing both of those guys. So I've seen him a couple of times. Lenny Acuff's one of the best coaches in the country. He's terrific. Was really, really good for a long time down at UAH, and he's built that thing at Lipscomb to where those guys are good too. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey.